Mrs. Martin tells us that her collection is not to consist only of novels, but of every kind of literature, etc., etc. She might have spared this pretension to our family, who are great novel readers and not ashamed of being so. Letter from Jane Austen to Cassandra Austen, December the 18th to 19th, 1798. Austen's canonical status is so unassailable that she's not just included in the list of great novelists, she tops it. Claire Harmon's book about Austen's path to canonicity, Jane's Fame, 2009, is subtitled How Jane Austen Conquered the World. Juliet Wells's book about her American champions, A New Jane Austen, 2023, is subtitled How Americans Brought Us the World's Greatest Novelist. Pride and Prejudice is the best romance novel ever written, according to Pamela Regis, who wrote the foundational academic study of the English romance novel, A Natural History of the Romance Novel, 2003. I happen to agree with Regis. I have read and reread Austen's 6 major novels: Sense and Sensibility, 1811, Pride and Prejudice, 1813, Mansfield Park, 1814, Emma, 1816, Northanger Abbey, 1818, and Persuasion, 1818, as well as her novella, Lady Susan, circa 1794, and various forms of her unfinished works, The Watsons, circa 1803-4, and Sanditon, drafted 1817. And I will read them all again. What I turn to over and over is Austen's confidence. Her style has the ease that comes from an incredible amount of work and a conviction in one's own voice. She leads us from conflict to resolution, from hating Mr. Darcy to loving him with the skill of a master. She knows exactly what she's doing and where she's going. I also love her sly wit. In much of her prose, it feels as if she is sharing a conspiratorial glance with the reader. She can narrate the dullest of behaviours with the comic timing of your most interesting friend, as in the hypochondriac Mr. Woodhouse's inane dinner patter. Let Emma help you to a little bit of tart, a very little bit. Ours are all apple tarts. You need not be afraid of unwholesome preserves here. I do not advise the custard. Despite their narrow focus on life in the English countryside in the early 19th century, her books remain relatable. Every time I read about Elizabeth Bennet accidentally running into Mr. Darcy at his Pemberley estate after she has rejected him, I feel a pang of recognition. She had not got beyond the words delightful and charming when she fancied that praise of Pemberley from her might be mischievously construed. Her colour changed, and she said no more. Who has not experienced being so embarrassed that you simply stop talking in the middle of a sentence? This is part of what makes Austen's novels classics. They feel fresh to readers over 2 centuries after their publication. It comes as no surprise, then, that Austen's books are also highly sought on the rare book marketplace. Take Pride and Prejudice. I've sold first editions in contemporary calf, leather-bound around the time of the book's publication, for prices in the 6 figures. I've handled countless other editions that were notable for all sorts of reasons.